Students, today's lesson is on graphing linear equations in standard form. So let's go ahead and get a definition of standard form first of all. So the key idea here is that standard form of a linear equation is ax plus by equals c, where a and b are not both 0. You'll sometimes see an equation in which either a equals 0 or b equals 0, but they can't both be 0. Okay, so let's look at this first example of graphing a linear equation that right now is written in standard form, ax plus by equals c. And we're going to graph this by converting it to slope-intercept form, and then we know how to graph it. So we know slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, so we need to solve for y. So we're going to add 2x to both sides, and we'll get 3y equals 2x minus 6. And then to solve further for y, we need to divide both sides by 3. Y equals 2/3 x minus 2. Now we're going to graph this by graphing the y-intercept, the point 0, negative 2. And then we know our slope is 2 over 3, so our rise is 2, our run is 3. And then I'm going to use a straight edge here. Oops, it didn't work very well. To connect those points. Okay, let's look at our next example. We have another equation that's written in standard form. Ax, this time a is 1, plus by equals c. And this time we're going to use intercepts to do that. So instead of converting to slope-intercept form and graphing the y-intercept and figuring out the slope, we're going to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept and then connect those points. So to find the x-intercept, that's the point where y is 0. So we're going to say x plus 3 times 0 equals negative 3. That's x equals negative 3. So the point negative 3, 0 is part of our solution. Now I'm going to find the y-intercept by substituting 0 for x. So 0 plus 3y equals negative 3. I can drop my 0. 3y equals negative 3. And now I'll divide by 3 on both sides. Y equals negative 1. So the point 0, negative 1 is also on my graph. All right, my straight edge didn't work very well, but you use your straight edge and go ahead and connect these points. That's going to be our line. All right, let's look at another example here. We have this application where we have $6 to spend on apples and bananas. And we're given this equation 1.5x plus 0.6y equals 6, where x is the number of pounds of apples and y is the number of pounds of bananas. So really what this is saying is that apples cost $1.50 per pound and bananas cost 60 cents per pound. Okay, so we're going to graph this equation, 1.5x plus 0.6y equals 6, by finding the intercepts. So let's find the x-intercept first. That means y equals 0. 1.5x plus 0.6 times 0 equals 6. We'll simplify that by multiplying by 0, and we get 1.5x equals 6. We'll divide both sides by 1.5, and we get x equals 4. So the point 4, 0 is on our graph. We should go ahead and label our axis here. So we know that x is the pounds of apples. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Okay, and then before we find our y-intercept, let's go ahead and label our y-axis bananas. Bananas. Okay, and then we'll number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then let's go ahead and find that y-intercept as well by substituting 0 for x. I'm going to use a different color here so it doesn't run together. So 1.5 times 0 plus 0.6y equals 6. We can simplify this by multiplying by the 0. We get 0.6y equals 6. We'll divide both sides by 0.6, and we get y equals 10. So this point, 0, 10, is also on the graph. So we can connect these 2 points. And make our line. Sorry, my line is not very straight. Hopefully yours is a little bit straighter than that. And then we're going to interpret these intercepts. So what does this point 4, 0 mean? Well, that means that if you don't buy any bananas, if bananas is 0, you can afford 4 apples. You can buy 4 apples if no bananas. And then this point up here tells us we can buy 10 bananas if we don't buy any apples. You can buy 10 bananas if no apples. And then all of the other points on the graph indicate you're buying some number of apples and some number of bananas. So you can buy a combination of both. That if you don't buy any bananas, you can buy 4 apples. And if you don't buy any apples, you can buy 4 bananas. All right, that's it. Try a few on your own, and I will see you soon.